Hi everyone. It's day 10 or 11 of the coronapocalypse, and I've discovered with this learning to make these videos that my hair does look better in the afternoon, but it seems to work better for me to make these videos in the morning. So let's go with that. All right, so I've got two weighted balls, and they're 2 pounds, but 1 pound is good if you can, whatever cans of soup or um, anything that you've got. Try to get a matching set if you can, and a yoga block. That's the other thing that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna stand and back up a little bit. You can see me. Okay. All right, blocking the light from that window. Still working on the production quality of this, so this is how technical I'm getting. All right, so some of that pumping we did the other day, just that little nod, so nodding. Okay, so just trying to, so there is actually a joint there at the base of your skull where your spine and your skull meet. It's considered a joint. If you can think of your skull sitting on top of the vertebrae, and there's kind of a joint in the middle, if you want to call it that. And so we're just kind of nodding and pumping and trying to generate a little energy around the joint, because things do get stuck in that spot, right? Things get stuck, energy gets stuck, get a lot of aches and pains there. This is just to kind of get things flowing. So some flow of the lymphatic system for sure when you make a pumping motion, but also I think the nervous system as well here, right? Okay, so if that didn't make you a little loopy, we'll continue. All right, so arms by your side, and we did that pumping of the arms. We'll do both together. So pumping, and we had them out in front, and we did one at a time. So we're going to do it by your sides, close to your sides, and it's a motion like the hundreds in Pilates, very much. And we're just kind of trying to generate that rhythm, that energy around the shoulder. Yep. Okay, so we'll do the side one, where think of this like a bird flapping its wings and ready to take off. Just try not to tense around the shoulder blade there. So you want to move more in the joint, right? Okay, all right. So hopefully that feels a little bit energized around your shoulders and neck. And we did a little pumping motion with the leg. We're going to keep both feet down and try pumping by hinging at the hips, right? So it's this hinge motion at the hips and then up. You can see me. So hinging at the hip and then up. And we won't go that far actually. So let's just hinge a little bit forward and then back up. Hinge a little forward and up. And just do it like this. And is there a way you can make it more of a pumping action? I'm just kind of getting a little more precise in there as I move from the joint. And it is the hip joint. Okay, and then with one leg, do the foot. Don't think we feel the same kind of energy pumping up the hips like that, but we can get it from the foot. It's going to pump all the blood back up to the heart. There we go. Other foot. Pumping. gas pedal. We'll try doing it out to the side a little bit, so on a diagonal. So I'm just going to take my foot out, pump it there. Okay, other side on a diagonal and pump. Okay, a little harder on this side. Okay, that's good enough. And all right, done our pumping. We'll go down onto the mat and come into hands and knees. Again, it's my high production quality here, trying to position so you can see me. Can you see my mat? Let's just adjust this a bit. There. Okay, as good as it's going to get. Maybe I can turn it a little this way. Aha! Might be better. Okay, so we got kind of hands and knees position here, and round the spine, scoop the belly, and dip down. We do this many times. We've done this many times. If you've been in my class, putting pressure into your hands to control and support your spine. Just try to notice all the parts involved in this movement, right? All those vertebrae. It goes right up to the base of your skull. All right, one more. All right, and while we're here, we're going to just turn the elbows. So turn them so the creases face forward, and then turn them so they face out. Okay. Little rotation without moving your hands. Not moving my hands. Okay. So we'll turn them to face forward now, and we're going to just bend the elbows. So it'll be a bit of a push-up, and you want to just try and push into your hands and feel the weight into your hands. So into the push-up and up. Okay. Release tension in your neck if you've got it. Okay, we're just going to inhale and then exhale up. Inhale down and exhale up. Inhale down and exhale up. One more. All right. So how about elbows out to the side, creases face each other, and we're going to just bend that way. Just as much as your wrists let you move, right? Okay. Elbows out to the side and up. So inhale to go down and exhale up. Inhale forward, exhale push away. Okay, one more. All right. Okay, so let's just get the shoulders moving while we're here. Is it getting hard on the wrists? If it is, actually, let's do a little bit of wrist work, and then we might maybe come back to that. So wrist and shoulders. So shoulders first, maybe. And if you want to cross, got that bent elbow, we're going to bring it across the body, right? And we're bringing it in and then back so it's facing right forward again. In and back. Which doesn't feel like much. How about turning the palm up? See how that feels. It's okay that it doesn't feel like much. Okay, so it's kind of, think of it if you don't feel anything happening, that we're just priming the deep shoulder muscles. Okay, other side, same thing. In and back, in and back. Okay, try palm up. If one felt any better than the other, then just do that one. Okay, or you can combine them or doing something a little different than the other side, but that's okay. Looks like I'm bending my wrist. I'm not really. Okay. One more. All right, so we'll just glide the shoulders up and down and up and down. One more, up and down. Okay, pick up one of the weights and let's just try this little turning motion. Okay, so we're trying to turn from close to the elbow rather than at the wrist. Right. Okay. All right, so good. And moving the wrist. Can't see me face on, can you? So from the side, it's this kind of a motion. And just really move slowly through that. Watch if your fingers are gripping more than they need to. Okay. That's good enough, I think. Try the other side. Facing forward, we're just gonna turn and turn back. Okay. If there's anything interesting happening in there, try to slow it down a little bit. So by interesting, I mean you really shouldn't have anything going on there. We're trying to feel the muscles closer to your elbow. So any kind of clicking, cracking stuff means you're going a little too far. Okay, all right, then bring it back in and we're just gonna bend at the wrist and then back up. Move slowly. As easy as this seems, move slowly through it, right? It's actually I'm gonna say a bunch. There's a number of bones in the wrist, quite a few. So when you've got a lot of moving parts, I mean, you can move through it quickly, but let's just try to get each part, let each part kind of do what it needs to do. Okay, maybe you'll feel some of the wrist muscles, some of the forearm muscles. Okay, one more. Okay, so back to hands and knees now. Should feel a little better in the wrists. Okay. So we're gonna just lift your rib cage, lift your breastbone, try to push the mat away, and then let your chest come forward. So moving the shoulder blades wide, and then narrow, I keep my elbows soft for this, but they're not bending, right? They're not totally straight, but they're staying in the position they're in, mostly. So we can isolate the shoulders. Okay. All right. So we'll come down onto the mat. Okay, got my stuff nearby. Here's the block. So if you want to just lie down first, make sure you can see me somewhat. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's just try tilting back and forth. So check in on the pelvic tilt. Okay, so imagine you've got a marble, 2 or 3 pound marble, one on each side of your spine. Okay, so we're going to roll the marble up your spine and then roll it down to the tip of your tailbone. Okay, roll it up. You're going to send it up towards your bottom ribs and then send it back down to your tailbone. So you've got these 2 marbles, and if you think about moving them together like that, just notice if one moves easier than the other. Even though we're imagining it, you might notice that. Okay. So now I'm going to bring one leg in, got my right leg, interlacing around my shin. You can do your thigh if that's better. Okay, so now I'm going to hold that here, take a breath, exhale, close the bottom ribs, nod, and lift your head up. And then back down. And I shouldn't have said close the bottom ribs, just start to engage them a little bit, narrow them. Okay, so inhaling, exhale, let's nod, and we'll lift your head up. Okay, we're keeping shoulder blades mostly on the mat here because this is going to be safe for anyone with osteoporosis. Okay, can you hold your head up? Push your shin into your hands. Push it away. Okay, not into your chest, but into your hands. And then lower down. Okay, so inhale, exhale, nod, lift your head, and then push your shin into your hands. And down. Let's do one more. On the exhale, nod and lift your head, push your shin into your hands, and then lower all the way down. We're just going to go back and roll those 2 marbles. Got 1 marble on each side of your spine, and see if you feel any kind of difference in how the 2 are rolling now. Rolling down to your tailbone and then rolling up to your bottom ribs. Okay, and we'll try the other leg. Okay, inhale here. Don't worry about your bottom ribs too much. Focus on the neck. And if it's hard on your neck, keep your head down and just work with the leg. Okay, all right, so inhale. And then on the exhale, if you can, nod and lift your head. If not, it stays down. And we just push your shin into your hands rather than your hands pulling into your chest. Okay, and down. All right, inhale, exhale, nod and lift your head. Push your shin into your hands. And down. My hand's close to my knee, but we can hold a little lower if you want. Okay, inhale, exhale, nod, and lift your head. Really push into your hands. And down. So how about, let's try one more of those. So Inhale, exhale, nod, lift your head, push your shin into your hand, and then back down. You know, I'm not very good at counting, so if that wasn't even, let's just do one more. I think that'll make it even. So on the exhale, nod and lift your head and push. And then just foot comes down, and we'll try rolling the marble. Does it feel any more even? Okay, mine feels more even. Something a bit uneven on the left side here, but still better than before. Okay, so we're going to get the block out. So if you don't have a block, a pillow, couch pillow or bed pillow. If you have one of these weighted balls that are soft, you could put it under your pelvis. I'm using the block because it's more going to be more stable for now, for what we're going to do next. So lift your pelvis, put the block under. Okay, take a good breath. Exhale, draw your belly in, one leg up, then the other. And we're just going to tilt the pelvis back and forth. So think of your legs in the socket as if they're in a cast in the socket. The socket, the joint is not moving. We're tilting the pelvis. Okay, so find the marbles and try to roll them up and roll them down. So up to the ribs and down to your tailbone. And just try to find control as you do that. Control usually equals slowly. So move slowly to find your control. Okay, and then we're going to just bring your feet down. Move your pelvis, bring it down and tilt again. Okay. All right, so mine feels pretty flat. So maybe yours does too. My low back feels flat. It's almost like there's less movement. Okay. All right, so I gave myself some points here so that I could remember what I wanted to do. What was the next thing? All right, so how about, let's do a little side stuff here. Okay, so turning onto your left side, checking the time. Oh no, we're gonna run out of time. My plan isn't really gonna work. Okay, let's go over onto your front instead of your side. Okay, so on your front, we're gonna bring hands under your head. Okay, and can you curl your toes under here? Can you see my feet? Oh, this is a problem. Okay, I'm gonna just try to angle so you can see my lower body more. High production quality here. Oops. How does that work? Okay. Yeah, not great. I'm going to move the mat a little more. Okay, I think that's a bit better. All right. Okay, so just find your place on the mat. Try to let your bones settle onto the mat. So your chest is heavy, your shoulders are relaxed, your thigh bones are sinking into the mat. And then we've got toes curled under. So that means your knees are bent a little bit, right? Okay, and I'm kind of propped up here, but I'm going to just have you keep your head down for a little bit. So actually, let's bend the knees first. And we're going to just do a little sway from one side to the other. Okay, rolling across your pelvis. Can you notice if one side of your pelvis starts to lift a little more than the other? Okay, so if that's happening, see if you can even it out, because you're probably sending your feet to one side more than the other. So just bring it in. Keep finding these squeaky spots on the floor. I don't know if they're coming through on the video. Just so you know, it's the floor, not me. Okay, so you're gonna just pause there and curl your toes under. My mat has rolled up. Okay. Curl your toes under. Can you take a breath here? When you exhale, just reach your heels back so your knees straighten and lift, and then lower them down again, your knees. Okay, so take a good breath. Exhale, lift your belly, reach with your heels, and feel your knees stiffen. Okay, we'll do that a couple of times. Okay, one more. All right, good. So just rock a little in your hips. If you need to wiggle your toes, go for it. Okay. All right. So one leg at a time. Start with the right leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift your belly. Can you straighten that heel or reach the heel, straighten the knee, and then push your toes back so you're in more of a pointed position. Then without lowering the leg, can you curl the toes under again? Mat is a little problematic here. Okay, so let the knee bend. Take a good breath in. Exhale, lift, reach your heel back, strong belly, and we're going to just push your foot and then curl it under. You should start to feel the back of your leg working. Okay, we'll do two more there. Exhale, just press and under. One more, and then under. Okay, and we'll just wiggle that foot a little bit. Try the other side. On the exhale, we're going to just reach the heel and then press the foot and under. Okay. So when you exhale, lift your belly and press the foot and then bring it under. Okay, so find that long reach and you're activating your back line. Back line goes right up. Okay, one more. Okay, and then we'll just bend your knees again and do a little sway from side to side. Okay, all right, so time check. Yikes, really running out of time. Okay, so come on up. And going to just be in a kneeling or a standing position. And try palms facing back. Just open collarbones, but not forcing back, right? Just softly open. And open for some people, if you're really curved, is just like soft here. Okay, soft, not military open chest thing. Okay, so we're going to have palms facing back, open chest, and just see if you can do the pulsing. Okay, belly is a little bit engaged there, and we're just pushing back, pushing behind. All right, okay, So we're going to take hands behind your head. So if this is a hard position to be in, it is a kneeling position, so you want to, we're going to do a hinge basically. So hands behind your head. So if it's a hard position, just bring them back down by your sides. Okay, so take a breath here. Exhale, so draw your corset in. Tops of your shins are on the floor unless you need to curl your toes under if you're cramping. Okay, and we're just going to do a hinge back. Okay, long out your spine and then back up. Okay, I think you can see that. The corset engages and the spine stays long. Okay, if you're feeling it in your back, I'm actually starting to feel it a bit in my back. So when you have a curve like this in your back, just be careful that you don't go back more and make the curve bigger. Okay, so we're just going to try and keep it the same. Okay, try 2 more before the film runs out. As if there's film in the camera. All right, that's it for today. Take care of yourself. Have a good day.